You're tuned in to Floridian Rollo. I'm your host, Floridian Rollo, and I'm coming at you with another live stream. What's up, people? What's going on, everybody? Coming at you with an early live stream. So, you have a lot of folks upset with Donald Trump sending National Guard to 19 more cities. You have particular folks who are against it. So, I'm going to start off by showing you this protest in D.C. Now, mind you, the president, Mrs. Bondi, and many other constituents in his overall office talked about there's been no crimes over the last few days. And that's been over 400, 500 arrests. And so you have this protest going on near the nation's capital, right? They downtown acting a fool. You got different walks of life. These Ibarasi folks who wants to rebel against order. People want to see sanity. They don't want to have peace. You know the usual content creators who is buckling up talking about they should not be involved in the streets. You got one particular individual who talks about, you know, when the troops come, you got to flee to the mountains. We're going to debunk that nonsense because that was in the time of Jerusalem. What happened in Jerusalem have nothing to do with what's going on today. We're going to debunk that nonsense from that individual. We're going to get the scripture and we're going to debunk that situation because what happened in Jerusalem, there was one to flee to the mountains because of their sin. See, this individual don't want to talk about our people were sinning. See, when you sin, the Most High said that He will have certain people to teach you a lesson. This is what people don't want to understand and overstand. When you do sin, you entertaining the devil, and the Most High can use anybody, righteous, non-righteous, to teach you a lesson to go not the ways of the world. And see, a lot of these people, they love the ways of the world. Well, the Most High is about to make that change, and He's using whoever He chooses to use to make it be known to us that's moving correctly, that's working on ourselves, that's learning from our past sins and moving into better situations. And the Most High is using Trump to clean house. Okay? And that's what they mad about. Anyway, watch this. These people could get together to cause chaos in the streets because this is chaos. Yet they can't get together to get these people out of the situation they're in. If they care about the people that's in these conditions, these poor conditions, they care about the youth. They care about people rights. Then why don't these people put their money and resources together and help those people in need? Why are you going against Trump in the military? Did not the Most High said that He's going to bring certain things into certain environments for His reasoning? The Most High control good and evil. He control all things. So Trump is doing the right thing by sending the troops to clean up house because the men in these particular communities are not able to clean up house. They can't get along with each other. So the Most High is using Trump to clean up house. Now you got these degenerates of different cultures and the Edomite, the black devil that is, forming up an alliance against those who's moving correctly. If you're moving correctly, the devil cannot bother you. The devil cannot get anything from you. What's up, Forever Studio? Salute. So think about what I'm saying. A lot of you are upset with Trump. You want to fancy around. You want to see crime. You want to see sin. You want to see children have anything. Don't you know right now in the northern states, the Northeast, the Midwest, out there in the Bay, out there in California, the Northwest, the West Coast, what people call it. I call it the Northwest of America, well, particularly Colorado, Utah. Vegas is considered the Northwest. So the West Coast of California, where they are removing certain things from these places. Why? Because of the sin. So places is moving to Texas, moving to Florida, somewhat Georgia, somewhat North Carolina, somewhat Tennessee. Those are the hot spots right now where a lot of people are moving their businesses to. Why? Because they tired of the sin. It's going to get to a point that the children would not be able to enjoy going outside. And in the book of Ezekiel, it talks about that people would not be able to, gravitate, because it's going to be such a time as such never before. And that's particularly in these Ibarasi places. Salute to Forever Studio for gifting 5 people. Appreciate that, Forever Studio, for always supporting the stream. Thank you so much, fam. So think about what I'm saying. Let's continue. Look into what I'm talking about. Look at this. That's not me. That's not me. Can y'all hear me clearly? That's not my internet. That's their internet. Their internet's messing up. All right, let's get to it. That's not me, y'all. That's whoever's recording this. Yeah, it's messed up, y'all. That's their internet. That's their internet. Yeah, that's the internet, y'all. So we're going to go to something else. It's not meant to see the whole thing, so you could see what I'm talking about. These people, man. Right? Let me do something here. Let's go to this one here. Let's go to Vice President J.D. Vance. Okay, let's go to Vice President J.D. Vance. You're going to hear this Ibarasi, governor from California, too. All right, let's get right to it. Let me get it ready. All right, listen to this.
You Nazi!
This is the response that the Vice President and the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, got yesterday when they arrived at D.C.'s Union Station. The VP and the Secretary were there to spend time with National Guard troops that were called in to help D.C. police. And meantime, the Department of Justice is investigating whether D.C. has been fudging crime statistics following accusations within the police department. D.C.'s mayor was asked about the probe.
And we will cooperate with any investigation. We know that crime has gone down in our city. I don't think the National Guard should be used for law enforcement. They have to be used on on mission-specific items that benefit the nation.
The White House says there have been more than 550 arrests in D.C. since they stepped up response began earlier this month.
So it says that in the effort to make D.C. safe again, the U.S. Marshals announced a $500 reward for tips that led to an arrest in Washington, D.C. Scan the code, QR code above, or visit usmarshal.gov tips to submit a tip. All right. So they're giving out money to catch anybody that's out of pocket. All right. Yeah. Let's get right to it. Let's get to the next one. You hear them being all anti-Vance, anti-Trump. Now we're gonna listen to this Ibarasi, Governor Westmore of Maryland. Okay. Let's get right to it. I'm telling you, these people, man, they want to see the continuation of nonsense in this country. All right, let's get to it.
It's quiet here in Washington as we come on the air this morning, but the debate is heating up over President Trump's calling up of nearly 2,300 National Guardsmen, along with federal agents from ICE, the ATF, the Drug Enforcement Agency, the FBI, and others, to patrol the streets of the city alongside D.C. police forces. And we're seeing yet another instance of Trump's expanding of the federal government's reach, this time when it comes to control of police in local communities. Will we see pictures like these in other U.S. cities in the future? Well, one of the places President Trump has mentioned as needing help fighting crime is nearby Baltimore. And joining us right now.
So Baltimore happens to be one of them. Chicago's on the list. New York is on the list. LA's on the list. Oakland is on the list. Minnesota is on the list. Detroit is on the list. New Jersey, Newark is on the list. You have Las Vegas on the list. You have Colorado, Denver in particular on the list. You have Houston on the list. That's right, Houston, Texas is on the list. Because there's a lot of Ibarasis there, acting a fool, going crazy. You have Austin on the list. There's a lot of Ibarasis in Austin, Texas. And you got Albuquerque, New Mexico on the list. The list goes on. You have certain southern places also on the list. Get what I'm saying? How you doing, Waco? Good day. So you got Indiana, Gary, Indiana on the list, Indianapolis on the list. There's many places on the list, y'all. Cleveland, Ohio. Let's continue.
Is Maryland's Democratic Governor, Wes Moore. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
So here in D.C., there are guardsmen from 6 different states on the street. The mission is, quote, beautification duty and support. The defense secretary has authorized them to carry M4 and M17 rifles, but to date, we have not been able to locate anyone armed within the National Guard on the streets of D.C. Why, though, are you so opposed to this deployment?
Well, there's plenty of reasons. One, it is not sustainable. You cannot continue this type of pace of operations, particularly when it's costing over $1 million a day in order to do this. The second, it's not scalable. You're not going to be able to do this in every single major American city, particularly when many of the cities that have the highest crime rates are the places that have actually deployed their National Guards to Washington, D.C. So who's going to go do the work in their cities? The third, it's unconstitutional. It's a direct violation of the 10th Amendment. And if
Here we go. Now they want to play ball. Now Waco says, I do not think this is right at all. Can you kindly explain why it's not right at all, Waco? I would love to hear why it's not right at all to have the troops, help out and assist the officers. When there's a shortage of officers in your particular city, your particular town, your particular state, right? See, I don't want to talk about this. There's a shortage of officers in New York. There's a shortage of officers in DC. There's a shortage of officers in the northern states. Majority of the officers have moved to the south. Why? Because the majority of the people disrespect the officers. So what do you expect? It's the people, it's the men of those particular places. Are they helping out, cleaning out the community? No. What they're doing is busy getting drunk, getting high, getting these women pregnant, and not taking care of their responsibility. So something has to give. No, it's up to the men. It's up to the men in that community to clean the house, because you could give people money and they still don't know what, they still act the fool. They still act the fool. How much money do people need? And they can't even do what the little they have. I'm going to get that scripture in a second. How you think people are going to need more money? And if they can't deal with the little, how they going to be able to deal with the big responsibility? We're going to have more pregnancy, more problems, and more violence. And I know from experience that a lot of men and women, when they have more money and more kids, they're less responsible. Here, Real Top is saying our crime is down here. Delaware's not mentioned, though. Delaware's not mentioned. I'm not talking about Delaware. I'm talking about the DMV. I'm talking about New York City. I'm talking about Gary, Indiana. I'm talking about Chicago, LA, the Bay. Many of these quote unquote high multitude of people living there. You can't even get people, you could give people money, Waco. I guarantee you they spend it in 2 days. I guarantee you the mentality that so-called blacks and so-called low vibrational people mindset is, they're spending back in 2 days. You'll give it right back to the people. You could give somebody $1 million today, and I guarantee in 2 days they blow it up. They're gonna get the Gucci bag. I'm gonna get my stilettos. I'm gonna take my homegirls out. We're gonna live it up. Not everybody deserves to have a lot of money. You can have money, a lot of money. We see how people are when they have a lot of money. When you got people that's ghetto that have a lot of money, they don't have no savings. They don't have plans. They don't have anything in there. Y'all can't even get along with each other. How do you expect, Mrs. Waco, with all due respect, to give these people money and y'all can't even get along with each other? You can't get along with your neighbor. Your neighbor can't get along with you. Y'all can't get along with each other in the job. You got people stalking you. You got to watch your back. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now they're trying to erase. No, the black devils got to go. The black Edomites. Why are you protecting the black Edomites, Waco 4545? Why are you protecting the devils, Waco? When the black devils, we've been at war with the black devils more than any other nationality. The Most High sent the quote unquote white folks to teach us a lesson, because our people love to be in sin. When you in sin and you continue in sin, the Most High told you what he will do if our people is in sin with the black Edomites and these other devils. There's no getting around it. You have seen content, you have seen evidence, you have seen proof. When you move correctly, you will be blessed. Your family will be taken care of. Your community will be taken care of. When you move incorrect, you have to deal with the punishment. Our people don't know how to get along with each other because they love sin. The so-called black man don't even want to take care of his own woman, his own kids. And a lot of you ladies defend bad behavior. So somebody's got to clean up the streets. Somebody's got to clean up the area. I don't want to go to an area with a bunch of nonsense. You're not going to catch me in those areas. You can't pay me to be in those areas. When is our people going to be responsible for their sins? When you in sin and you bring sin, you do wrong to your woman, you do wrong to your kids, you do wrong to each other. Somebody's got to clean it up. It's not my doing, it's the Lord's doing. A lot of people mad. They just love crime. People love crime these days. Let's continue.
For a party that talks about state rights, it's amazing how they're having such a big government approach in the way they're conducting public safety. The fourth reason is because it's deeply disrespectful to the members of the National Guard. You know, as someone who actually deployed overseas and served my country in combat, to ask these men and women to do a job that they're not trained for is just deeply disrespectful. And so when we're thinking about all of these lasting...
Then clean up your stuff, Governor. Governor Westmore, clean up your place. You are the governor of Maryland. Why is it that why is people leaving your community? Why is the well-to-do people, even the fraternity people are leaving the Black Wall Street of Maryland? Why is the well-to-do people not investing in you, Governor? Clean up the streets. If you want money to come into your state, then you need to get rid of these savages. I'm so sick of these illiterate SOBs. And you got people defending these crime-ridden nationalities, and especially our people protecting these criminals who's scamming. You got certain folks scamming. Living off their women. But coming on the internet talking about they care about their people and they living off their women. But you got these FBA clowns in my chat. They broke. They can't provide for their moms. They can't provide for their sister. They can't provide for their family. They can't provide for their girlfriend. They can't provide for their homies. They can't provide, but they're in my chat with the nonsense. These bums in my chat with the nonsense. These bums that have not graduated, have not been educated. Low vibrational folks in my chat. You worrying about me? I'm in better shape than you. I'm in better shape than you, fool. Bum. FBA bum. I'm in better shape than you. Living better than you. Talk better than you. Be around better people than you. I don't want to be around you low vibrational bums. You gotta go. Sin gotta go off this planet for real. Y'all got to go. And I'm glad Trump is gonna clean you out. Clean all these illiterate dummies out. These demons out. I'm glad you say I'm unintelligent. Unintelligent, and I tell you what, you in my chat. Why you in my chat, fool? Why you watching an unintelligent person? Bet you can't afford what I got. I ain't have to beg the white man to get what I need to get. I work for mine, dummy. And I guarantee you your mom's would be with me right now in this big old mansion. I guarantee you if your mom was watching my channel and she good looking, she'll be in my house right now, fool. Tell your mom to come see me. She'll put you in whatchamacallit. She'll put you in the group home. Because you sound like a person that comes from a group home. Let's continue.
Factors. When we're thinking about the fact that it serves as a distraction from the fact that the president's disastrous economic policies are making everything more expensive for everyday Americans and making life harder for everyday Americans. There is a multitude of reasons that I am against this, and I will not authorize the Maryland National Guard to be utilized for this.
Well, the National Guard does say that these troops will be trained and deputized by federal marshals. So this is going to be distinct from the military rules of engagement.
But it is counter to every bit of training that we've received.
Oh, stop it with the training nonsense. Dude, you trying to hit on the host. You can't even get the host to be into you. Dude, you're a waste of time, man. This clown, man, I'm tired of listening to this clown. This Bojangling shine bone.
And when I joined the military, we joined with a clear intention to fight and win our nation's wars. The members of our National Guard are trained up to be able to address things like emergency situations where you need a surge of supports for traumas and disasters that are happening within individual jurisdictions. That is not this. And this is a direct deflection that the president is authorizing.
We know the president watches the program, and he likely saw the guest listing because he's tweeting about you, or truthing, I guess. He says the governor, Wes Moore of Maryland, has asked in a nasty and provocative tone that I walk the streets of Maryland with him. And he's talking about crime-ridden Baltimore. It's quite lengthy, but he goes after your record on crime. He says it's a bad one. He says if you need help, he will send in the troops, which is being done in nearby D.C.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey, Trump is telling it like it is. I like this. He said, but if Wes Moore needs help, like Gavin Newsom did in L.A., I will send in the troops, which is being done in nearby D.C., and quickly clean up the crime. After only 1 week, there's no crime and no murder in D.C. When it's like that in Baltimore, I would probably walk the streets with the fallen because of crime, Governor. Oh, my. Yo, this governor is a clown, man. This governor is a clown. Y'all make sure y'all get the likes up in the video.
Double
tap the like buttons. We got 131 people in the building. Listen, all you demons in here, you can say whatever you want. But if you be disrespectful, you're going to be blocked. You could call me Uncle Ruckus, Uncle Tom. You can say all the names you want. But if you get out of pocket, you will be blocked. Now, double tap the like button on your way in and subscribe to the channel. Double tap the like button on your way in and subscribe to the channel. We got a bunch of clowns mad. Then we got civilized people in the chat. We got civilized people in the chat. Then we got these racist FBA in my chat. These racist foundational Black Americans in my chat being racist towards me. They want me unalive. They hate me. They hate me. I stand for truth. I want to see all y'all gone. Cleanse these people out.
A few weeks ago, the deployment on the streets of Los Angeles, the governor of California tried to go to the courts, and he was unable to stop it. Is the reality here is you can't stop the president from sending troops to Baltimore if he wants to.
The year before I became the governor, in 2022, Baltimore was averaging almost a homicide a day. And I came in and I said, I refuse to be a governor who just offers thoughts and prayers to this situation. So we said, we're actually going to work in partnership with Mayor Scott, work in partnership with local elected officials, work in partnership with local law enforcement. We made the largest investments in local law enforcement in our state's history.
No, you have a shortage of officers. Why are you lying to your audience? You have a shortage of officers. You have people that's from Baltimore police working down here in Orlando. I talked to them. Some of them work for the sheriffs. They was glad to leave that Maryland. Y'all don't have respect for officers. You got these clowns in here mad about the troops being on foot. Maybe if you learn how to get along with each other and stop messing around with other people's wives and messing with kids and learn how to be a man and have some balls to represent being a man and learn how to work together instead of killing each other, you won't have no national troops in your freaking area. The Most High is tired of you so-called black people. I told y'all last year, the Most High is tired of you so-called black people, man. Y'all forgot what happened in the biblical days when our people was being disrespectful to God? He got a lot of us unalive. The Most High is not playing with black people right now. He's not playing with nobody on this planet. None of you are exempt. None of you, not even myself. So, yes, the blood is not in my hands. And I told y'all last year, Forever Studio could vouch for it. Waco could vouch for it. I told y'all the northern states is going to be dealt with. And somewhat the southern states that's on that demon time. And everything I said is happening this summertime. I said it last year. I said it's going to be in August. And what happened in August? Trump did exactly what I said, and it been prophesied by the Lord Almighty. Oh yeah, when y'all in sin and you love sin, you will have troops in your door. And there's nothing y'all could do about it. You could cry, you could call me Uncle Tom, Uncle Ruckus, clean your own city. And then they will leave y'all alone. I don't want to hear it. That goes in other parts of the world too. You moving foolishness, you're doing things you're not supposed to do, you're touching things you're not supposed to do, it's going to be consequences. So you can get mad at God. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at God. God created all things. He created good and evil. And what this exposes is a lot of women love sin. Some of you women, you love sin and you protect sinners than those who want to see you do better. That's why this is not for everybody. How come the low vibrational Gentiles is upset? Why is it people with money not upset? Why is it with people with money want to see their kids living good and want to go out and have a good time? Why should they see degeneracy in a city? You got people crashing out on planes. People need to get some help. Some of you in the chat, you need some help. You need to go see somebody and have a counsel because something wrong with some of y'all in the chat. Stuff needs to get done. It's a shortage of police. Police officers are leaving because they're being disrespected by you people that they're supposed to serve. How can they serve and protect you when you protecting criminals? I appreciate that, Pat. I appreciate that. Let's continue.
For $50 million going to Baltimore City alone.
That came from federal money.
That came from both federal and state money. And also, Maryland became one of the only states that actually helps to fund the U.S. attorney out of balance sheet, taking many of those gun crimes and actually turning them into federal charges. Mm-hmm. And the results have been incredibly encouraging, where Maryland's had amongst the fastest drops in violent crime of anywhere in the United States in the past 2.5 years. Yeah. The homicide rate in Maryland is down over 20% since I have been the governor. And the last time the homicide rate was this low in Baltimore City, I was not born yet. And so the reason that I've asked the president to come and
No, you're lying. The people of well-to-do have left your state. You don't have money to provide. Let me talk to Waco real quick. Waco. Indiana was once a chocolate town, right? Why you think it's not a chocolate town? Because the men in that state dropped the ball. Do your research. You work for a particular division. Look at the old Gary, Indiana. Look at the Gary, Indiana now. Why has it changed? If you do your homework and background because of the field you work at, you will have a different perspective of why the blacks was kicked out. The reason why the blacks was kicked out is because they never invested in their own town. They dispersed their money in other parts. They went to Chicago. They moved to Chicago. A lot of them moved to Detroit. A lot of them left. They vacant. The men, the women, they never wanted to keep it going. They never wanted to spend money amongst each other. How do you expect a town to stay afloat if you don't spend money in your own people? I had 140 people. Only one person supported. Why is that? Because when you speak truth, only a few support the platform. If I was talking about women shaking their behinds, how to get women to do this and that for you, I have all my super chats read right now. Because you know why? The black man thinks lower of himself. And the so-called black woman think lower of herself. Y'all don't think highly of yourself. If I was talking about how to get a woman and screw her, smack that booty, oh, it would be thousands of people in here. Yeah. Because that's what y'all care about. Y'all don't care about each other. So when other people talk about it, y'all got an issue with it, but yet you yourself know it to be the case. We can't get along with each other. We don't love each other like that. We hate each other. We can't stand each other. But you get mad at other cultures for calling it out for what it is? You want them to bite their tongue? They don't even hang out with their own degeneracy. Listen, I be around other cultures and they call out their own degeneracy. They call out their own degeneracy. You just don't be around them like I do. There's people of other cultures in my chat right now will even say that's truth. But you got these FBA clowns, these black degeneracies saying white folks don't call out white folks. You don't even know what the hell you're talking about. I be around other cultures. And they call each other out. There's another culture right there. He says facts. Yeah. It is. They want me to concentrate on getting on other cultures. No, I have to deal with y'all at the end of the day. Other cultures have respect for me. They will not be calling me fatso, burger barner. They won't do none of this foolishness. Oh, here we go. We got a black Edomite. We got a black Edomite lady in the building. Here we go. But y'all protect those who of black do it, right? Y'all protect those of black who do it. Oh, shh. So when the black one does it, y'all don't want to talk about it. Did not Trump hung around black people? This is the funny part about this whole thing. Donald Trump hung around black people. Did he not? Why is Donald Trump cabinet mostly black behind the scenes? Y'all didn't know that, right? Donald Trump has a serious black cabinet behind the scenes. They don't want to be seen. You know why? Because they don't want to be called sellout. They don't want to be saying bootlicker. Do you know Trump's team behind the scenes is mostly black? The ones you see is of his people. Anybody of other cultures, tell me if I'm lying. They will even tell you certain white circles will tell you Trump has a lot of black friends that he in support of. Trump was around a lot of black people. Wait, y'all have a lost memory span now? Remember The Apprentice? It was a black woman that helped Trump out with The Apprentice. It was a black woman that got Trump to get into The Apprentice. But y'all fools have a short memory span because y'all want to see no troops in your... Well, then clean up your own place. We won't have no troops. Clean up your own freaking city and state. We won't have no troops in your city. but y'all hate each other, but y'all mad at the troops. Y'all can't even get along with each other, but y'all hate the troops. Let's go.
Join us is because he seems to enjoy living in this blissful ignorance, these tropes and these 1980 scare tactics. And, you know, just last week I was in Baltimore and I was with a group called We Are Us, who's a violence intervention group. And they say, we're all we got. We're all we need. And that's exactly how people in this community feel. Because while the president is spending his time from the Oval Office making jabs and attacks at us, there are people actually on the ground doing the work who know what supports would actually work to continue to bring down crime, but it's falling on deaf ears of the president of the United States.
You're talking about.
Listen. Listen. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's people they have boots on the ground, but they getting kicked out. Why don't you talk about they being spit on, disrespected? Get out of our community. We don't want you here.
At the positive trend line, the president's pointing to the FBI statistics, which shows Baltimore is the 5th most instances of violent crime on a per capita basis, 4th highest murder rate. To your point, the city of Memphis is also on that list, and the governor of Tennessee sent those National Guard troops here to this city, not to the streets of Memphis. But
and we know we have work to do. We know, like, if one person does not feel safe in their neighborhood, that's one too many. But we also know what tactics actually work and what tactics are just theatrics.
But
now he's saying that it's important to we know what's going on in these neighborhoods, but now it's theatrics. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. I can't listen to this guy past 5 minutes, y'all. Let's get to Trump. Let's get to Trump right now. Okay, let's get right to it. Okay, now let's get to it. Here we go. All right, y'all. We're going to get to the news. Here we go.
First, it was California, then Washington, D.C., now Chicago and Baltimore. President Donald Trump is offering to send members of the National Guard to Maryland's largest city. It is in response to the governor's invitation to attend a public safety event there next month. ABC's Jay O'Brien has the latest from the White House.
Tonight, President Trump threatening to expand his National Guard surge in Washington, D.C. to include other Democratic-run cities like Baltimore. In a post on social media, Trump writing,
First, it was California, then Washington, D.C., now Chicago and Baltimore. President Donald Trump is offering to send members of the National Guard to Maryland's largest city. It is in response to the governor's invitation to attend a public safety event there next month. ABC's Jay O'Brien has the latest from the White House.
Tonight, President Trump threatening to expand his National Guard surge in Washington, D.C. to include other Democratic-run cities like Baltimore. In a post on social media, Trump, writing Maryland Governor Wes Moore, asked that I walk the streets of Maryland with him. If Wes Moore needs help, I will send the troops, which is being done in nearby D.C., and quickly clean up the crime. Governor Moore previously hailing Baltimore's recent decline in violent crime and telling Trump to keep the city's name, quote, out of your mouth. And responding to the president on CBS's Face the Nation.
The reason that I've asked the president to come and join us is because he seems to enjoy living in this blissful ignorance, these tropes and these 1980 scare tactics.
Days before, touting his surge of federal law enforcement and mobilization of nearly 2,000 National Guard troops to Washington, D.C., Trump promising Chicago would be next.
Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent. And we'll straighten that one out probably next. That'll be our next one after this. And it won't even be tough.
But Chicago police data showing violent crime in the Windy City is down compared to this time last year. At a block party Saturday, Mayor Brandon Johnson responded.
Now, why he's at a block party? Why is this fool at a block party? Why is your mayor of Chicago at a block party? Ain't he supposed to be working? No, he's trying to get with some baby mama in Chicago right now. Listen, this clown right here, this is what the women be into. Clowns like this mayor who's sleeping with somebody else's wife. This is a fool. This fool right up here that you see on the board, he at a black party looking at other women. He ain't thinking about Chicago. He don't want to clean up Chicago. This fool right up here you see on the screen, he had a block party. But when he gets pressure, now he wants to be sneak dissing. This is what I deal with on YouTube. Sneak dissing. Listen, watch this.
The city is down compared to this time last year. At a block party Saturday, Mayor Brandon Johnson responding.
What's being painted by the federal government is false. We love one another. We support one another. No. You're not going to call him out on that? You black demons in the chat. He just said, we love one another. We support one another. Yo, you can't make this. Oh, my goodness. Yo, this dude lied in your face. This dude lied in your face. Watch this again. Watch this criminal mayor of Chicago.
Compared to this time last year. At a block party Saturday, Mayor Brandon Johnson responding.
What's being painted by the federal government is false. We love one another. We support one another. We put our arms around one another. We invest in one another.
No. Where's the proof? Where's the proof? I don't want to hear y'all talking. Where's the proof y'all invest in one another? Where's the proof, Mayor? You can't even get two black men to put money together to do a business. You can't even get two black women with their insecurities to do something together. Man, this clown, I can't stand people like him, man. Listen again. Listen to this lie.
Crime in the Windy City is down compared to this time last year. At a block party Saturday, Mayor Brandon Johnson responding.
What's being painted by the federal government is false. We love one another. We support one another. We put our arms around one another. We invest in one another because we know that we are our best keepers of one another.
Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker also pushing back, saying there is no emergency in his state that warrants Trump's federalization of the Illinois National Guard or deployment of active duty troops. Jay O'Brien, ABC News, the White House.
You got an incompetent Chicago mayor, and you got an incompetent governor of Chicago. I want y'all to see this. I'm gonna get y'all pissed off. Now watch this. Let's get to this. I got something for y'all. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on one second. I want y'all to hear what this sister has to say. One second, y'all. I'm waiting for it to make sure it's working. Oh, you can't hear me now. Can y'all hear me now? I'm back. Can y'all hear me? They got me, y'all. They try to. Can y'all hear me? Put a 5 in the chat if y'all can hear me. Listen to this, y'all. Let's get to it right now.
A blue state. It's about a metropolitan area that has a lot of people, and they have a lot of people because of the job market. And I'm going to sound the alarm about the warning when it comes to the states that people are leaving and the states that they're moving to.
Listen.
Now, things are coming back. It's all coming back to me now. A couple years ago, I warned people about this. Even last year, I've been warning people for quite some time that if we don't get these costs under control, you're looking at a lot of these coastal elite blue cities looking like some type of exodus or just becoming a playground for the rich. And that's where we're headed. And you'll see why. Shout out to Yvette Carnell for sharing this video. This is a really good video. States governed by Dems losing residents because housing is too expensive really drives home the party contradictions. I agree 90%. Glad Dems are finally getting called out for their failures. Let's get into this, guys. The mass exodus of blue states. Check this out.
Democrats have a problem that runs deeper than the 2024 election. They have a problem that runs deeper than Elon Musk's assault on the government. Look at the places they govern. Strongholds like New York and Illinois and where I'm from, California. They're losing people.
Since the pandemic started, California is seeing an exodus, a mass exodus.
In 2023, California saw a net loss of 268,000 residents. In New York, 179,000.
New York City is losing some folks, right? Some residents. But it turns out that New York State is also seeing the population drop.
And in Illinois,
Illinois residents have been fleeing the state at an alarming rate.
The state's population has been in decline for the 10th year in a row.
Why are all these people leaving?
Pause right there. One of the states that's not mentioned that should be mentioned is Massachusetts and also Washington State. They are also in that, expensive category. Illinois is less expensive than those other ones, but Illinois is also hella cold. And also the taxes did increase in Illinois.
I'm glad she said that. She said Illinois is hella cold. Who want to live in a cold climate? Who want to live in a cold climate dealing with people that's super depressed? You folks in these northern east regions, these Midwestern places, these West Coast places, and these mountain places, y'all depressed as you know what. Oh, yeah, brainwaves. She disagrees with it. I already explained it to her, brainwaves. I explained it to her earlier. I don't know what's going on with Waco. Now she's saying that, so I'm a demon, brainwaves, because I don't like it. Oh, man, what is going on, man? Oh, boy, here we go. Waco, he didn't even call you a demon. He didn't even call you a demon. You put yourself out there, Waco, saying you a demon because you don't agree with it. The people don't want help, Waco. Waco, I explained it to you. The people love sin, Waco. Waco, let me ask you this question. Waco, let me ask you this question, seriously. You're telling me people don't love sin in your state? You could give the people $10 million today, and they still will fight and kill each other. Brainwaves, tell me if I'm lying, Brainwaves. Brainwaves, tell me if I'm lying. If we give these people money today, would they not fight and kill each other? Even more what they doing now? You got our people, the Black Devils. You got these Black Devils fighting each other over $5. You got these Black Devils killing each other over $5 you owe somebody. You willing to kill them. So why should we give to, oh, so you want to give sinners, hold on, Waco, 45. Are you saying we're supposed to give money to sinners? What does the Bible say about that, Waco? What does the Bible say about giving money to sinners, Waco? We're not supposed to give money to sinners. I'm not giving no money to these degenerates. I'm glad President Trump gets the Bible. He gets the Bible. We're not supposed to support sinners. But you got these sinners in my chat want to see the troops out. No, let them be in these places. Get rid of these sinners. We're not supposed to support sin. If I give money to sin, I got to deal with the Most High. I got to be careful who I spend my money with. You know why I learned? I'm glad this conversation is happening. Everything happens for a reason. When you give people money that's not moving correctly, you enable them. That's just like DoorDash. Let's give an example, DoorDash. A lot of people is enabling DoorDash right now as we speak. We showed the proof of her scamming. We got proof of her scamming. We got proof of her doing criminology. And people still support her. Get rid of that troll. Let me get rid of Bobby. Let me get rid of that demon. Get rid of this demon out of here. You out of here, demon. You packed up and gone. You ain't gonna come in here with the nonsense. Listen. We not supposed to support sinners. Yeah, brainwaves, yeah. In fact, our local government gave our money yearly, and we still have crime here in Georgia. You can't satisfy people. Exactly. That's like supporting DoorDash. That's like supporting Newbury. That's like enabling these demons and warlocks and witches out here in these cities, in these states. We tired of sinners. How can you sit here with your face saying, we're supposed to give money to these people? No, we're not giving money to sinners. We're tired. We have a black fatigue. No, I disagree with you, Waco. I'm the president. No, we give the money to the righteous people. Yeah, brainwaves. Brainwaves, exactly. What's up, Shoshao? Shoshao said earlier, nobody wants to live around YNs. Exactly. And Brainwave said that this is an example of how evil, wicked people prosper and get support. But the righteous doing right, we don't get any support and get all the hell and complaints from people. Yes, sir. Exactly. Let's continue.
A lot of people have been complaining about the tax increases, people that have left Chicago. So there's that as well. What?
At an alarming rate.
The state's population has been in decline for the 10th year in a row.
Why are all these people leaving?
Pause right there. One of the states that's not mentioned that should be mentioned is Massachusetts and also Washington State. They are also in that, expensive category. Illinois is less expensive than those other ones, but Illinois is also hella cold. And also the taxes did increase in Illinois. I know a lot of people have been complaining about the tax increases.
You know why the tax increases? Because of the sin. Let me explain something to y'all. You know why the tax increases, ma'am? Because of sin. Sin has caused a lot of people to lose money. You didn't know that? See, when the place is moving correctly, you won't have no financial issues. The people that have financial issues is not moving correctly, and they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. Oh, we got a connection issue again. Oh gosh. No. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me in the chat? Let me know if y'all can hear me in the chat, because it says that we got a connection issue. It says I have a connection issue now. I don't know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Say something in the chat. I'm looking at my phone. Can y'all hear me? Put a Y in the chat if y'all can hear me loud and clear. Okay. It's saying that, okay, my stream is acting up. Okay. Yes, the taxes. Reason why you're paying more taxes is because you're moving in sin. When you in sin, you have to pay for your sin, even financially. Even financially, no content creator has said this. No content creator has said this that I know of. When your state, your county, your place of rest, when you have a lot of sinners, it even costs you financially. It even costs you financially. Don't you know that? Why is Florida thriving? Why is Texas thriving? Why is North Carolina thriving? Why is Tennessee thriving? Why is Georgia thriving? Why those 5 places is thriving? Why those 5 places, while it has this situation, why is Florida thriving the most? Because it's removing all the sinners out. Even Miami got cleaned up over the last 2 years. Miami seen Orlando remove a lot of the sins, so now Miami has removed a lot of the sinners. Tampa's following suit. Jacksonville's following suit. Trump, they already done did what's going on in these other states. Florida did it the last 5 years. I speak to people from all walks of life, and I'm going to tell you what they tell me. They love coming to Orlando. They'll visit Miami, yet they come to Orlando. Why? Because the kids could be kids and grown-ups could be grown-ups. Name me anywhere else that you could be a kid and a grown-up without nonsense like that. Even Brainwaves is in Georgia, and he's tired of Atlanta. Brainwaves is tired of Atlanta. Brainwaves is tired of the sin in Atlanta and South Atlanta. He's tired of it. I went to Atlanta for the first time, and it was too demonic for me. Now, when you go northward, you go further away from Atlanta, it's not bad. But when you're in Atlanta, and you're in South Atlanta, and you're in that airport, all degeneracy, all scammers, nonsense. Here we go. We got this woman saying, Trump is throwing a band-aid on the problem rather than addressing the root cause of the violence. That was a responsible local government should get the funding for. Brainwaves just explained that the local government get a lot of funding. Y'all don't go to your local government and ask where the money going. You coming to me and asking me where the money's going. Why don't you go to your state, ma'am, and ask the local government where the money's going to? I'm telling you, you can't make this up. Let's continue.
People that have left Chicago, so there's that as well. What these areas have in common is that, yes, they are hella expensive, and they also have a problem with gentrification. And that's kind of happening all over. But what you've seen over time is that people that grew up in working class or low income communities, they are no longer able to maintain their families there because a Whole Foods came in, a developer came into the neighborhood and said, let's make this a nicer place to be. So
what's wrong with it being a nicer place to be? Listen, Ibarasi woman, what is wrong with a nice place to be? I go to Publix. A lot of our people go to Publix. Once upon a time, people wanted to, in Florida, you had so-called blacks talking about Publix is not for us, but it's more black people going to Publix now. I remember when I first moved to Florida, and I would go to Publix and they would be like, why are you going to Publix? You bougie. But now our people go to Publix now to shop because they don't even support the local food store. You won't even support your own local food store. When I used to live in the hood back in the days, and my mom's and her family, they would cook for us, all of us kids. Like my friends' moms and dad will bring food to my mom's and dad's house. And my mom's and dad will cook and bring food to the other neighborhoods. Y'all don't even cook for each other. You ladies getting on me in my chat, but y'all won't cook for each other's kids. But y'all got enough money to go out and look good for these dusty men. Ooh. Ooh. y'all got time for these dusty men. But a man that's moving correctly, taking care of his family, taking care of his household, taking care of his establishment, y'all want to give him a hard time. So let's continue. Let me put this on the board. All right, let's continue. I notice a lot of ladies got issue with men that move correctly, man. People act like the YNs are running a rampage in the street. It's at the point where the YNs go to the wealthy places now. That's correct, Show Shower. That's correct. But they ain't coming. Let them come down here in Florida with that. Or in certain parts of Texas. You come down here with that nonsense to somebody's house unannounced, you're going in the box, like Ringo say. There ain't no talking. I don't know you, and I got my lady, I got my kids, or I got people I care about to protect, and you trying to come up in here ringing my bell doing that nonsense? I got something for your ass. Trust and believe that. This ain't a game over here in the South. See, y'all folks in the North, man, y'all allow certain things to get a pass. And what they trying to do, Show Shower, they trying to weaken Florida and Texas now. That's not going to work. All you Ibaracis that's trying to weaken Florida and Texas, it's too many Floridians and Texianians, the real Texianians, the real Floridians, that's still alive and well. They would not allow that democracy nonsense going on down here, like they allowed it in Georgia, like they allowed it in other southern states. The people down here that I talk to, the real Floridians, not the one that migrated, they told me I'm one of them. They say, you from New York, you don't talk, you don't have no, okay, you from New York, but you don't act like New York. You have sense, so you one of us. Let's continue.
Now the rent that they were used to paying, it quadruples or doubles, and they can't afford to stay there anymore, so they have to move out. Now that low-income neighborhood has now become, like a yuppie neighborhood. And
here's what I'm gonna say. Y'all don't realize this. You know what? I'm not gonna say it because a lot of you are going to think I'm crazy. There's ways that you could pay not high rent in New York. I'm not going to tell you how. You know why? Because I'm an Uncle Tom. I'm a sellout, and I don't know what. Let me shut my mouth up. Let her continue to talk. Here we go. This is what happens when you move in sin. That's why a lot of people's getting priced out because of their sin. Because of their sin, they never saved $1 for a rainy day. They don't know what it's like saving $1.
You got all the tech bros that live there. Boston has this issue here in Massachusetts. DC has had it. Chicago. California, we can bring up LA, more in particular San Francisco and that tech bubble, right? New York City, we know has had these issues. That's part of the reason, but there's more. Listen to this.
In surveys, the dominant reason is simply this: the cost of living is too high. It is too expensive to get childcare.
It's almost like paying another mortgage.
It is too expensive to buy a home.
Very unrealistic to be able to put a down payment on a $2 million home with 2 kids surviving.
You end up having to live too far from your work. And so they're going to places where all of that is cheaper.
Every day someone is moving to the Florida area.
She got an apartment 3 times the size of the one she had in Manhattan. Plus, there's a wraparound debt.
Yeah, I can definitely understand.
Go get that, 4-bedroom, 3-bath house I had in Texas.
I know these families. These families are my friends. I've lived with them in these places, and I've watched many of them move away from the place they love, the city they wanted to raise their children, because they could not afford to live there. You cannot be the party of working families when the places you govern are places working families cannot afford to live.
That is right. And they're not the party of working families. The Democratic Party has become the family of, the tech, bro oligarchs. They're the party of Goldman Sachs. I mean, Kamala Harris said this all on the stage herself, happy about the Goldman Sachs endorsement. That they're become the Ivy League, elite, bubble party.
All right. Hold on a second. We're going to get to something else, y'all. We're going to get to one more because I got to go do something real quick. I'm going to let the video play out for a few minutes. People are living in the West Coast, Midwest, and the Northeast for a reason. It's chaos in those places. Exactly. Let me do something real quick because I got to go take care of something. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. All right, give me 1 second, y'all. Listen to this.
President Trump says the next target for his crackdown on crime and illegal immigration is the city of Chicago. Speaking from the Oval Office, Trump praised the National Guard's efforts in D.C., saying that crime is way down due to the success. He explained that Chicago comes next, then New York City. Take a listen.
So, I really am honored that the National Guard has done such an incredible job working with the police. And we haven't had to bring in the regular military, which we're willing to do. We have to. And after we do this, we'll go to another location and we'll make it safe also. We're going to make our country very safe. We're going to make our cities very, very safe. Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent. And we'll straighten that one out probably next. That'll be our next one after this. And it won't even be tough. And the people in Chicago, Mr. Vice President, are screaming for us to come. They're wearing red hats, just like this one. But they're wearing red hats. African-American ladies, beautiful ladies, are saying, please, President Trump, come to Chicago. Please. I did great with the black vote, as you know, and they want something to happen. So I think Chicago will be our next, and then we'll help with New York.
And this right here is some of the video of the National Guard's involvement in Washington, D.C. The Pentagon confirming those troops will now be armed with guns as they patrol the streets of the nation's capital. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth calling it, quote, common sense. And we do have this post right here that I want to pop up as he said that on social media hours ago, along with an article that said Secretary of...
It is much needed. Now, what Brainwave stated earlier, right? He's correct. It's going to happen in all 50 states, right? Eventually, they're going to do this in all 50 states. Is Brainwaves correct about that? Yes. What Brainwaves don't realize is that it's already happening in Florida. And I believe we have the most officers. And they said, let me explain something to y'all. I don't know if Brainwave's still in the chat because he might be at work busy. Let me explain something to y'all. What's going on here in Florida? This state is the most strictest state in America. I was talking to a few people, and we was talking about, coming in and the processing of leaving. And one of them happened to travel a lot. And he told me that Florida is the safest place right now in America because we have technology. When you go across that state line, and I warn y'all, you don't listen. When you come to Florida, if your paperwork ain't on point, do not come here. Brainwaves will confirm this to you. The governor, DeSantis, and Abbott's a little bit more lenient. DeSantis is not lenient, y'all. Listen to what I'm telling you. DeSantis is not lenient. If you have a suspended license, which most of you ninjas who they disappear when I say that. You ninjas could have a suspended license in New York, in Chicago, Indiana, California. You come down here and your license is suspended. I guarantee you will be in the bookings like that. You come on a plane and you have a warrant for your arrest in your county because your county don't want to arrest you. And you're thinking, oh, I want to go to Miami. I want to go to Orlando. Yeah, I want to live it up. You're going to have police coming to get you, apprehend you, and put you in the county jail. Do you understand me? A lot of you ain't got your paperwork. You should not come in my chat with the disrespect. When you ain't even got no driver's license to talk to me, you ain't got no credentials to talk to me. I don't want to talk to you folks who ain't got your stuff together. You should not even show your face in my chat. Calling me Uncle Tom, Uncle Ruckus, at least I got my paperwork together. How many of you got your paperwork together? Do you know why these troops is going into these places? You go to most of these communities, these people don't even have IDs. Brainwaves work in law enforcement. He would tell me if I'm lying. Most of these people you will come across, they don't even have IDs that look like you. You ask some of these folks, what's an ID? They don't even know what is an ID. They don't know nothing about an actual passport. They don't know anything about documents because their own parents don't teach them documents. How many of you that have kids that's watching me, disrespecting me, have you taught your children to have IDs? Have you taught your children to have certain documents? You're quiet now, right? Stop playing with me. Most of you don't even have your own credentials together. You don't have your registration on point. You don't have your ID on point. You're using somebody else's ID. A lot of scamming going on in these other states. It's more to it than arresting people that's shooting each other. There's a lot of scamming going on in these other states. And Trump and them is tired of older people getting scammed. Would you want your moms to be scammed? You want your older father to be scammed? A lot of y'all not legit coming in my chat. Stop playing with me. I'm not the one to play with. I'm not somebody to play with. So all you demons, all you FBA clowns, all you hidden racist, black racist folks, you're exposing yourself. Don't come down here with the nonsense. That's why you're behind. Stay in your state. Don't come to Florida. Don't come to Florida. Don't come to the Sunshine State. I seen, Brainwaves, no cap. I seen a lot of people get pulled over because they don't have the credentials. They don't play that here. You come across that cross line, your tag suspended, your registration now on point. Oh, it's racism. It don't matter the culture. I seen a white guy got denied to get a Florida license. I saw a white guy, quote unquote white guy, got denied to get his Florida license because he ain't had his documents together. He was coming from North Carolina. He was moving funny. He brought his behind down here to try to change his license to Florida. He called his dad and his mom's the DMV because it was an investigation of the DMV out there in Tampa. The sheriffs got onto it and lock up a sheriff and lock up people scamming, giving fake IDs. You have to have your documents together. A lot of you come in here funny, moving funny. A lot of you women, especially you women, some of you dudes for sure, but a lot of you women, you moving funny. Guys, let me tell you something. Let me come in full screen because we done listening. We're gonna cook. We're gonna cook over here. We're gonna cook. Yeah, I'm cooking right now. A lot of you ladies, you moving funny. You moving funny. Fellas, let me teach you something because I'm very well experienced with women. A lot of these women, man, they be hiding a lot of stuff from y'all. They don't hide it from me. I don't fucking play. I don't care how fine you are. I don't care if you got a wagon, you got this, that going on. That don't faze me. I've been there, done that. I'm not somebody to play with. Do you understand me? I'm not somebody to play with. Been there, done that. I had the baddest of the baddest women that most dudes will lose their mind over. Will spend a lot of money on these women. Okay? Back in the days, Rollo, I'm not that person no more. I'm just saying, the back in the days, Rollo, for those on my Instagram, they see my portfolio of women that follow me. Come on, man, stop it. I'm on a whole different frequency. A lot of you ladies, you be moving funny. And you come across the wrong one. You can't fool me. I let you think you could fool me. I let you think I'm slow. I know y'all. And that's why y'all know you can't get with me. I got me a lady that's on point. A lot of you ladies, you ain't on point. I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm going to keep it a bean. I see how y'all be moving funny. But y'all saying I'm fake? Okay. Okay, sure. I'm fake. Right. But you secretly want me in cold, but I'm fake, right? Stop protecting sinners. You women of other ethnicities, stop protecting sinners. I'm not only talking about the black woman, I'm talking about women of other ethnicity too. Stop protecting sinners. Listen here, troll. I'm good because I have the Most High. I have the Most High Yah. I have Christ. So ain't nothing coming to my door. What the hell you talking about, demon? Y'all praying for something to happen to me. Ain't nothing going to happen to me because I'm with God through Christ. I got angels that camp around me. What the hell you talking about? I got my stuff together. All you doom and gloomers. And let me address this scripture before I get on out of here. Because New Broke lied. He did the ultimate sin. Let's get this scripture. Because this was not around, this Jerusalem thing was around Christ's time. This is not about today's time. This guy, New Broke, lied to his audience, talking about when they camp around you, flee to the mountains. The Most High did not tell us to flee to the mountains in this day of time. Watch this. A lot of that's blasphemy, man. Oh man, blasphemy. Give me 1 second. Let me get it set up. Get the scripture real quick. Telling you, man, this is not a joke. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 20. It says, and when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the destination thereof is nigh. This is the time of Christ. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter therein, right? Verse 22, for these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. That was the fulfillment of Christ being sacrificed for our sins. See, when Christ said, be not in these places, he was talking about the armies of Satan. He was getting ready to be crossed over to go through the hell to take the keys from Satan. See, y'all don't know nothing about that because you don't read the book for what it is. Christ was warning his disciples that everybody will be tried through the fire before they go to the kingdom. That includes us. We all being tried through the fire. Oh, y'all didn't know that, right? The army cannot do anything to anyone without the Most High's permission. What that demon is pushing is they're going to kick in your door. No. Be careful what you say, New Broke. Because they already visit you a couple of times because you're not moving correctly. See, a lot of people are not moving correctly, like Brainwaves talked about early. There's a lot of men and a lot of women in this country not moving correctly, and God is showing you what he's capable of doing to teach you a lesson. Because he said, touch not my anointed ones. So if you're anointed by God, why are you worrying about these troops in your city? Because you're not moving correctly. You're not moving correctly. And that's the truth. Because if you're moving correctly, you're not going to be concerned about what they're doing. God put them there for a reason. You should be in what God could do to you, not what man and woman could do to you. You should be aware of what God could do to you through Christ. Because that's permanent. That ain't no years. That's permanent. So if y'all don't call out the sin, you're guilty by association. And so by us calling it out, we're not guilty by association. People that want to defend sin and worrying about troopers, that's because they're not moving correctly. And they get all these views. They get all these likes. They get all these clicks for lying. But somebody that speaks the truth, I get persecuted for Christ's name's sake. That's why Christ told them to close the books, told Daniel to close the books. There will be a time on this internet where we will close down certain things and keep it amongst ourselves to make sure our family good. You know why? Because a lot of you're on demon time. You're on demon time. Why are you afraid of the National Guard unless you're moving in sin, breaking laws, or on demon time? Exactly. Shower says, exactly. We have no reason to worry about the National Guard. We're not being sinful. All right, Waco. Brainwave says, only these demons are concerned because they are legit no matter the race. It's all about sin, and no one can run and hide and play games anymore. Exactly. Right, Forever Studio. You can't undo that one. That's right. So this is the time of Christ, y'all. I just wanted to debunk that idiot real quickly. Thank each and every one of y'all for coming through. You know, it's been a good live stream. Thank y'all. Thank you, Forever Studio, for the support for the members. You know, I got something for you members. You know, become a member if you really digging my member content video. Become an official member, y'all. So to Brainwaves, to Forever Studio, to Show Shower, to all the other mods, Ringo, you know, V. Matt Smith, Marilyn Edwards, Marissa Eldridge, Eldonna, you know, many of your other ones. To the members, Galaxy, you know, Corey, Infinity Mark, you know, longtime members, Forever Studio, Keystone. Thank you all for coming through. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all of y'all. Make sure y'all check out Brainwaves, Ringo TV Reactions. Y'all check out Selena. Y'all can check out whom y'all want to watch. All I'm telling you is that, me personally, you could call me all these names. You could say whatever you want. The truth of the matter is your sins are catching up to a lot of you. And those who's winning, we are getting things for our future generation. Shout out to Brainwaves. He got that Jaguar. Hey, Brainwaves, salute, fam. I mentioned that in my pre-recorded video. Brainwaves is in the state of Georgia. He's doing big things in Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Georgia. He got many properties. You know why? Because he's moving correctly. Ringo doing the same thing, moving correctly. I'm moving correctly. See, when you move correctly, you could be amongst anybody. You know what I'm saying? We could be amongst anybody. Listen, I just met a tycoon. I met a tycoon today. A brother tycoon today. I sure did. I met a brother tycoon, and we was having this. He's on my Instagram right now. Yeah, we follow each other on Instagram. This dude is on his business. And we was talking about it. He's like, man, I can't be around my people too much, man, because they don't want to do correct. They don't want to move correct. He said, I stay to myself for the most part. You know, I interact with certain people. And I was telling him, I was like, hey, man, you know, sometimes your own people be your worst enemy. He said, yep. And I said, sometimes we cannot tell everybody what we got going on. And one thing I told him that made him thought about what I said, sir, think about this. There are secret Black millionaires that run certain businesses that you work for, construction site, because he does construction. I said there's Black women. There's Black women and certain Black men that run construction sites and have another nationality to run the business because they don't want to be sorted out. You know, he looked at me. He was like, wow. I said, brother, you could be working for a sister, but she has a white man as the face of the, you know, company. But the whole entire time you're working for a sister. Let me tell you guys something. Some of our people in the South are doing well. They don't want to come out and show off because they be persecuted. Look what Brainwaves and Ringo go through every single day, being persecuted, being lied on, being slandered. I'm being slandered for winning. I'm being slandered by women and men on a daily basis for winning. When I didn't have nothing, everybody could agree. When I was in New York and I ain't had nothing going on in my life, I had mad people supporting me. The minute I got my stuff together, and I started showing here and there certain things, guess what? People pull their support. I seen them did it to Ringo. They did it to Brainwaves. These people put hard work, sweat, and tears, and you got men and women complaining about them every single day. Every single day. So if they're doing it to my brothers, they're doing it to me even more so. You got men and women plotting, oh, he should not have a Tesla. Who do you think he is? We don't like the Tesla CEO. So him driving a Tesla, I feel some type of way. But I was wondering, why is it that people that's on point like me with my Tesla? But it's always low vibrational people who never support my platform complaining about my Tesla right now. I kid you not, they complaining I have a Tesla. They complaining I got a gas vehicle. They complaining I might get a third vehicle. They don't want me to have anything for me, my lady, people I rock with. They don't want y'all to have anything. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. But y'all mad at Trump? I thought y'all love America. No, y'all don't even love God. And that's sad, Brainwaves. That's sad, man. He says, I don't get support anymore. Only one person hit my PayPal. No one supports me anymore. But if I put money on it, they are supporting these demon content creators. I agree, fam. I agree. It's freaking sad, man. Hey, Brainwaves, you know, when we was going at it, that's when they supported us. When they saw us not getting along with each other one time, that's when they were supporting our platforms. It's like once you did the initiation by God, everybody got upset with you, Ringo, and myself. You have people that rock with our platform upset with us, Brainwaves. They upset, secretly upset right now as we speak. Look how many people have been sneak dissing us in the comment. We don't say too much because we know what's going on. Trust me, we know what's going on. I pay attention. I be knowing what's going on, and I would just tell the person, if you don't like me, you don't have to watch me no more. I don't have to watch you no more. You don't have to watch me. I don't have to watch you. We know what's going on. Don't think because we don't be on the internet like that, we don't know who's saying what in code. Brainwaves, I'm going to say this, man, before I go, y'all. Once we hit that mark, do not contact me. You know, do not contact me, because all these things you're saying about me, you don't even know who I know, what I know. Yes, Brainwaves. Yep, me too. I'm not mentioning no names. Me too. Yep, I'm not mentioning no names. I just move differently. Yep. Bro, it's a lot of people upset with me, Brainwaves, and Ringo, y'all. A lot of people upset with us on the low. It's a lot of people upset with Brainwaves, Ringo, and myself. A lot of people, man. People that we was ready to put on. They was just not patient. They're not patient, Brainwaves. They're not patient. They got issues. And they missing out. That's on them. The Most High is revealing a lot of things to us. And I'm telling you, y'all don't realize, man. But y'all think y'all gonna stop us because y'all don't support us? You know what's funny, Brainwaves? Brainwaves, they think because they don't support us that they're gonna stop us from winning. Do they know there's other ways we get support? Brainwaves, do they realize we get support other ways? They have no clue. Yeah, he says, I agree, Rollo. Lose my number, unsubscribe, no social media. I don't exist to you anymore. When I cross the line, I don't have time for it. Yep. Yeah. How you doing, Lady G? How you doing, Lady G? How you doing? Yep. Telling you right now, man, it's not a joke. You know? Brainwaves, it's your great winning season, fam. I am so happy you're taking care of your family, your wife, your son, your immediate family. Y'all don't realize how much sacrifice Brainwaves and Ringo put out every day. Y'all don't realize it. Ringo, if you're watching in the clouds, man, you did it the right way with your family, with your daughter. All these people lying on him, slandering him. But his wife, his daughters love him. Even if they have disagreements, that's between them and the Most High. Relationships are not perfect. Let me tell y'all something. Relationships are not perfect, but guess what? Me, Brainwaves, and Ringo have one thing in common. We have all types of women into us. No cap. They could speak on their own behalf. I'm telling you, what I know, being a man's man, being around those brothers, how hard they work, how skillful they are. They try to give you sisters a chance. If you sisters don't know, man. I'm just saying. I'm not being disrespectful. A lot of you sisters, y'all missing out on these brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about them. And to see y'all do all the unthinkable to them. And Brainwaves and Ringo know what they know. I deal with other women of other ethnicity. They know that. So don't come up in here and say they don't know. Ringo and Brainwaves know I deal with other ethnicity women. I have been with other ethnicity women. Them brothers know that I tried with sisters. They know. And they see what the sisters have done to me. They know. Before the fallout, quote unquote fallout, you don't think Brainwaves and Ringo didn't know what I was dealing with back in the days? These guys is sharp. They know I dealt with other ethnicity women. They know it's not cat. Because a lot of sisters, man, y'all just don't get it. There's a lot of people upset with Ringo moving to North Carolina, Brainwaves. You're right. You're right. It's sad, man. It's sad. It's really sad, man. It's really sad. It's really sad, man. It's not about if I met the wrong sisters. It's not about that, Gloria. It's not about that. It's not about I met the wrong sisters. It's not about if I met the wrong sisters. It's about control. A lot of y'all like to control men, especially me. They love to control me. They love to control me. A lot of sisters that I dealt with, they wanted to control me. Even on the internet. Even on the internet. Even, I'm saying it, even on the internet, you got so-called black women that is trying to control me right now as we speak. I'm not going to even give them the time of day. I would not give them the time of day because they want to control me. It's not about what they have done for me or what I have done for them. They want to control me. They want to see me not have anything. How can you say you want to get out of poverty, but you want to keep me in poverty? How you say you want to get out of poverty, but you want to see me in poverty? You want to see Brainwaves in poverty. You want to see Ringo in poverty. So, not all of you sisters. But the majority of you women, you want to see them in poverty. I already know y'all want to see me in poverty. Fat sisters be trying to control us without us trying to date them. I literally proved this in some of my previous live streams. Exactly. We got a $10 contribution. I want to control you. Well, appreciate you supporting the stream. Appreciate you supporting the stream. That's funny. That's funny. Chauffeur. It's good to get a good laugh. Yo, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny. I want to control you. I appreciate your contribution. Thank you. You can't control me. Only the Most High could control me. Only the Most High is in control of me, man. Hey, look, hey, the person support. Hey, that's a good one. You can't do nothing but laugh, y'all. This is funny. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny, y'all. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Oh my goodness. That's a good one. Thank you for supporting, though. Oh my. Boldly says she can control you with money. LOL. I've been with rich women. Ain't no woman that's rich could control me. I've been with rich women. What are you talking about? Boldly, I've been with rich women. Women, listen, guys. If you're a man's man, in all seriousness, if you're a man's man, they're going to want to control you. That's just natural. It happened to Adam. It happened to Solomon. It happened to the best of us. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can't listen. I only could listen to God. I'm going to be honest with you. I only could listen to men that are married, that been through the ropes with their wives, or women they dealt with in the past. Let me tell you guys something. Brainwaves could tell me if I'm lying. When you are successful and you taking care of everybody around you, yourself first, right? You make sure you take care of yourself as a man first. You're taking care of that woman you're dealing with, you're taking care of them kids. When you do it to a point that's consistent, she's going to want to control you. She's going to want to control you. Even if she cares about you, love being around you. Listen, I don't care what y'all say. A lot of you are not experienced with women like we are. Some of you in the chat, respectfully, I'm going to get to these male content creators that's not experienced with women. One thing I can say, Ringo Brainwaves, for what I observed and meeting them a couple of times, Ringo, a time, Brainwaves, it's always first impression. I know these guys deal with a lot with different type of women, different type of situations that they won't discuss, and I won't discuss. A lot of you guys are not experienced with women like we are. That's why we can say the things we say to the women in a way that they get it, but they don't want the secret out. When a woman loves you or respects you, because she can't love you. A woman cannot love you. When a woman respects you, she's going to want you to spend more time with her. She's going to want you to stop doing certain things that you normally do prior to meeting her. Y'all have no clue how this goes. I'm so well experienced with women. The conversations I have with some of these ladies, I'll be like, look, you got to talk to your husband. I'm not your husband. Respectfully, where your husband at? They be saying some things that I will not say on the air because they trust me. But I'm telling you, a lot of you guys, you should listen to Ringo Brainwaves. When it comes to relationships, they know what the hell they're talking about. There's some other guys too. Yet, those two I listen to the most. And I think the Most High that they teach y'all what they're supposed to teach y'all. They are real, I consider real family men that's in their kids' life. And yesterday, my friends' kids, they were so happy to see me. They was like calling me uncle. They say, thank you for being in my dad's life. Thank you for being in my mother's life. Thank you for being a friend of the family. That means so much to me. I was very touched by that. Because I know when I have a family with my lady, Lord sees it fit, It's going to be one of the most powerful things I'm looking forward to in my life. Because at the end of the day, y'all, it's not about me. I done seen many places, seen many things that most of you have not ever seen in your whole entire life. You will be 70 years old, most of you. By the time you see the things that I saw. And ever since I returned back to Florida, like Forever Studio said, we back in Florida, there's things I've seen in the South. It just motivates me. So, yeah, Bowley, I don't know why you mentioned her. I'm gonna let you say that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put it on the screen. You're absolutely right. I'm not talking about her though. I have not talked about her. She's gonna think I'm talking about her because you mentioned her name in the chat. I got no dealings with that person. You're absolutely correct though. Daniel says, I watched the DC post last night on motorcycle and ABT guys breaking every law on the streets. They drove down the wrong way. People and cars will move out their way. Shameful things. Right. Exactly. Exactly. Give me 1 second, y'all. 1 second. I got to make this call. 1 second. 1 second. I got to make this call real quick. Can y'all hear me? Put a 5 in the chat if y'all can hear me. I mean, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, Daniel. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, they don't want to talk about that. These people acting a fool out there. Yeah. Yep. He says, I don't get it. The reaction of people in the States are being angered by the ICE guys. I don't get it either because they're in sin. They're in sin. They love sin. So if anything happens to them, that's only on the court. That's only on the court. Yeah, I have to take this phone call real quick, y'all. You know, got important things to take care of. You know how it goes. It's work week and stuff. So, you know, y'all already know. Look, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for supporting the stream by coming through in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Brainwaves. Salute to Forever Studios. You know, salute to the men and women that tune in. This is a good one. Y'all notice that I didn't block anybody except people that was saying disrespectful things that, you know, I had to block myself. Some people try to spam my chat. You know, you could have a disagreement with me. I don't care for your disagreement. I'm only going to speak the truth. That's one thing about me. I don't care about your disagreements. You could disagree in my chat. I don't expect everybody to agree how I move. However, those who get it and those who are moving correctly understands what I'm saying. Yeah, they are. People are ignoring sinful behavior and are focused on ICE and the National Guard enforcing the law. Exactly, Brainwaves. They are. So thank y'all for double tapping the screen on your way out. We had a lot of people. I know I had over 5,000 people watch this video. The likes is very low. because we had a bunch of sinners watching. But I had over 5,000 people. This video will be going viral. This video will be going viral. That's for sure. I already know it's over 2, 3, 4, 5,000 people watch. We had over 100 people. It's been a long time since that happened. Finally, had over 140 people. Finally, it's been the most I had was about 80, 90. So now we had the 100 mark. See what happens when I ain't come on in 2 days? I realized that it's nothing wrong going live every day. You know, I did say I was going to take some time off. I took 2 days off and look what happened. I come on, boom, the numbers go up. So I'll talk with y'all real soon on the live stream. You know what I'm saying? I got business to take care of. Y'all be safe on them roads and stuff like that. I'm looking forward to seeing what Brainwaves and Ringo got to say if they do decide to go live. You know, even the people that had an issue of what I'm saying, calling me Uncle Tom and Sambo, all this nonsense. At least I let y'all come in my chat. But if you go to these demons chat and disagree with them, they will block you. I didn't block y'all. Y'all noticed that, right? Subscribe to the channel. I'll holler at y'all in the next one. If we get to 2,500 subscribers, I will do a giveaway. So let's make it happen. We had a lot of people come through with their agreements and disagreements. Subscribe to the channel. I'll holler at you soon. Let's play this jam on the way out. Let me play this jam for y'all on the way out, y'all. 1 second. Got to play this jam on the way out. Let me do this. Peace out.